Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again. As always, I've had a very, very rare day off today, guys, and I've spent it rather constructively. I have spent the last 2.5 hours modding one of my PC games, The Sims 4. So you can tell I have a rather rich, varied and fruitful life. Sitting at a PC screen for 2.5 hours doing literally nothing. But alas, it has been warm, it has been sunshiny outside, nice blue skies, so what is there possibly not to be happy about? Well, living in this country, for one, and two, is reading the news on a daily basis can tend to put a dampener on your mood quite swiftly, and today is of no exception. Because I have another story here, guys, that is bound to put a smile on all your faces out there, I'm sure. Now, before we do go on, guys, I want to say this to you. Do expect a massive, sharp increase in your monthly council tax bills in the coming months/year or two, which I'm sure are already sky high as they are. Because Keir Starmer, in his infinite wisdom and his massive IQ brain power, has decided to move all the boat people from the hotels, which is of course costing us millions of pounds per day to feed, clothe and house them and what have you. He's decided to pull them out of there and put them into social housing and private rented accommodation, which, as we all know, landlords ask the earth for you to live in their properties at the moment. Now, this is coming from GB News, excuse me guys, and it reads here: the full list of towns where taxpayers could pay rent for channel crossing migrants. Is your area impacted? Now, judging by the amount of areas that are going to be impacted within this this news article here, I'm pretty sure one or two of you are going to feel the pinch when this does eventually come into force. Because believe you me, it may say in this article here that it's not been finalised and all these other words, just trying to push you off the actual story. Believe you me, this is going to get pushed forward. Putting them into hotels is not sustainable. But then again, the alternative also isn't sustainable. What is sustainable, of course, is mass deportations, but we cannot talk about that for obvious reasons. The full list of towns and cities where taxpayers could end up paying the rent for channel crossing migrants has been revealed. According to the website of Serco, one of the 3 private contractors working for the Home Office, the firm's full dispersal portfolio currently spans across 120 local authorities. It comes just hours after Serco was revealed to be offering landlords 5-year guarantee full rent deals at the expense of the taxpayer. If anything, this could end up costing more than keeping them in hotels. Like I said to you, landlords now are asking the earth in terms of rent. Got a mate of mine, right? Lives in private accommodation even, with his missus and his kids. And he pays close to £1,000 per month to live in, is it 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom? 3-bedroom, I'm sure it's 3-bedroom house. Just an ordinary house, not detached or semi-detached or anything like that. Nearly £1,000. That is a fuck ton of money. They both obviously have to go and work. She can't be a stay-at-home mum. He can't be the sole provider because his job simply won't allow it. This is going to be extortionate, particularly if it goes down the private landlord route. The list, which was not drawn up by the Home Office, was subsequently removed, had been split into 3 areas: the North West, the Midlands and the East of England. With Serco admitting we are continuing to work with new local authorities across our region to extend the Serco footprint. However, the company's website also stated all areas are currently closed to procurement in the North West. Now, I'm not going to go through every single place that's going to be affected, but I will say the counties that are going to be affected, because there's not that many here. So we have Breckland, Broadlands, South Norfolk, Cambridge, East Cambridgeshire, East Suffolk, Fenland, Great Yarmouth, Ipswich, Kings Lynn and West Norfolk, Mid Suffolk, North Norfolk, Norwich, Peterborough, South Cambridgeshire, South Norfolk, West Suffolk, Bury, Newmarket, Brandon, Havenhill and Mildenhall, wherever the fuck they are. So yeah, the full list, guys, is in my community post tab that I put in about 2 or 3 hours ago. So if you want to go and check out if you're going to be affected, then they're all there. Every single city, every single town, every single district, that kind of a thing. So, guys, this is how I see this playing out. If this does indeed go ahead and local council have to stump up the money coming out of our back pockets, as I stated earlier, a lot of local councils are going to go bust. They're going to go bankrupt. We are going to have no bin collections. We are going to have no roadworks. The whole thing that comes under your council tax will cease to be. We will end up with an area strewn with Birminghams. We'll have shit, literal shit, on the streets. We'll have people flinging rubbish out of their back gardens because there's no bin collections. There'll be a lot of fly tipping. We will be living in an actual cesspit when this does go according to plan. Now, of course, the Labour being the political party of the working man, the working class family, that's long gone. That is long, long gone. They are now hardcore socialists. They are not on the side of the working people. They are not on the side of the white working British class any longer. They were just back in the Tony Blair years and prior to that, but since then that has gone completely out the window. The white working class do not have a political party anymore that is on their side. People can shout and moan at me, it's reform this, reform that. They're only saying that because that's the only option that they have out of a bad bunch. We have Conservatives, Lib Dems, Labour or Reform. Who the fuck are you going to vote for? You're going to vote for Labour? Not a chance. You're going to vote for Conservatives? Not a chance. You're going to vote for Lib Dems? I'd rather pour sheep's piss into my eyes. So yeah, that's why everyone is fawning over Nigel Farage and Reform UK, because they have no fucking other option, and I find that a rather sad state of affairs. I have heard whispers that Ben Habib has started some kind of party and he's in the process of democratising it. I'm not quite sure if that's true. I've not looked into it prior to this video, so yeah, if you want to go and fact check me on that, then please do feel free. But that's what's going to happen, guys. This is going to cost local councils an insurmountable amount of money. Hundreds upon thousands, if not into the millions per council. So like I say, your council tax bill will go up and eventually your local council will go bankrupt and your local constituency, your area, whatever the fuck you want to call it, will end up a cesspit strewn with rubbish, shit, rats, you name it. That's the way it's going to go. Now, to me, guys, personally, I think there is a way of stopping this, but it's dependent on one or two things. The first one being whether you live in a community with a strong community spirit, you know, the whole love thy neighbour thing. If you keep an eye out for each other, for example, like some kind of neighbourhood watch scheme. If someone's snooping around someone's house, you tell the other neighbours and then it suddenly spreads like wildfire across the fucking street. That kind of a thing. This could work if you live in such a community. So what you have to do is do what the Welsh did when the government were trying to take over one of their hotels. Oh, if you remember it, about a year or two back, they camped out this hotel on the roads, blocking the roads, all traffic in and out of this area to stop these migrants coming to this said hotel. Now, it did take a lot of time. It took a lot of weeks for this to finally sink through to the government. I think it was Rishi Sunak that was planning to do this, but eventually they won. They scrapped the idea, and that hotel to this very day remains migrant free. And I can only think that's the only option that people can do in these areas that are going to get these migrants pouring in for social housing and indeed private rented properties. Block the areas, block the streets. It doesn't matter how much time it takes. Work it in shifts. If you have to go to work, get your neighbour to do it. If he has to go to work, you go and do it. Camp outside, get some tents, get a campfire going, get some tea, hot dogs, whatever you want to do. Just do not let these people in. What can you do? Arrest the whole street? No, can they balls? It's the power of the people that is still there, but people are not grasping it by the fucking throat and going with it. They're too scared, they're too antsy about getting some tall policeman coming and shouting at them or something like that. No, bollocks. Work as a team, work as a community, work as a neighbourhood. It can be done. The Welsh down in Wales did indeed prove that with this migrant hotel. Now, of course, many of you won't have this kind of community where you live. A lot of people don't have that very notion of love thy neighbour. They don't have that community spirit in the street where they live. Me, for one, I don't know any of my neighbours. I mean, granted, I've only just recently moved in here, but still, I've not met any of our neighbours yet. I haven't been round to introduce myself, stuff like that. And I should. It was my responsibility to go and present myself to my new neighbours. But again, I'm a bit awkward, a bit socially awkward. I'm a bit indoorsy, so I've just never done it. It's just the way it's been. And a lot of the time, the far left, the socialists, the batshit bonkers people, and indeed the government, have been systematically trying to destroy the nuclear family, the very family unit, and the very family of community spirit. People meeting up in the pub and going for a pint, stuff like that. They've been slowly trying to destroy community spirit. They've been trying to destroy the love thy neighbour. They've been trying to destroy the getting together of a community and a people, that kind of a thing. And obviously destroying the family unit. And I've often wondered why. Could it be, for this particular reason, people won't kick up much of a stink when all these potential rapists and terrorists are moving into your next door neighbours? Who's going to come out? Just one single person trying to stop all these people coming in? No, they'll get arrested and thrown in jail. But yeah, if the whole street did it, of course. They're powerless to do anything. But a lot of times, like I say, that community spirit just simply does not exist anymore. I mean, do you know your neighbours on a personal level? Do you talk to them on a daily basis? Do you have friendly fried chit-chats? Or is it just, hello mate, that's it, you don't even know his name? I can imagine it's pretty much the latter point, just as the same as it is here. But if you do have that community spirit within your street, use it to your advantage, particularly if you're in danger of getting some of these rags as neighbours. You must put a stop to it, because you believe you me, it's like a malignant cancer cell. Once it's there, it's very difficult to get rid of. What's the word? I can't think of the word now. Oh well, never mind, doesn't matter guys. I've made my point, I've been going on for 10 minutes now. I'll leave you to it. Thanks a lot for watching as always. Let me know what you think in comments, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.